So you have saved up some money and you're looking to buy a ready property in Dubai, but you have no idea how the process is gonna go. So this video is here to explain exactly the entire process of buying a ready property in Dubai. My name is Raeed, and if you want to know the process, keep on watching. So the first step of buying any property will be to determine what exactly you are looking for. What is your budget? What kind of areas do you prefer? What kind of a unit do you prefer? One bed, studio, or even a villa? And what do you want to do with it? Do you want to live in it? Or do you want to do holiday homes on it? Maybe you want to give it for rent, or maybe you're there for the long-term game of capital appreciation. Whatever your goal is, the entire search will revolve around that goal, and it will help the agent and you to select the right property for you. So this is the first and the most critical step of buying any property. The second step of buying the property will be to determine your finances. How exactly are you going to pay for the property? Have you saved up the money in cash, or would you need some assistance from the bank in terms of a mortgage? In Dubai, we get around 80% mortgage for residents. So you would have to have 20% of the money saved up with you, and then you have to approach a bank with the right documents and probably through a mortgage consultant to get the pre-approval. The pre-approval will determine how much money the bank is going to lend you so that you can look for the property in your budget. After deciding what exactly do you want and how much you can afford for it, it's time to look for the property. You will go on sites like Bayut, Property Finder, Dubizzle, or even Facebook Marketplace to look for your property. Here it's very important to stick to a specification and look at the property thoroughly, look at the pictures, look at the location, the price, everything, and compare it with what you want so that you can shortlist a few properties that you are interested in. So after selecting a few properties, it's time to call the agent and arrange for the viewing. Viewing is very important as it's the first look at the property, and all the red flags of the property should be addressed at this stage. So, is the property damaged? Is there any problem with the furniture? Is the problem with the view? Is the view blocked or any construction in front of the building? Is the management taking good care of the amenities? The pictures might not tell the full story of the apartment, so it's important to go and check it yourself and ask questions to the agent about the service charges or any other problem that you can face in the property. So once you select the property that you want to buy, it's time to make the offer, and the offer is made by putting in a 10% security deposit check to the agent. This can also be done by a picture on WhatsApp. So this can be a normal check from any UAE bank account, and it should be addressed to the owner. Once you give the offer to the agent will typically negotiate the deal for you, and you have to wait for the owner to accept the offer. So once the owner accepts your offer, it's time to secure the deal by signing the MOU or the Form F. This is done by sending all your documents to the agent, like your passport, your phone number, your email address, and the physical copy of the check, and also the owner will send his document to the agent and he will generate a token. This token will come to you in digital form, which you have to accept. Before accepting the token, you have to read the document thoroughly because it will outline all the terms and conditions of the sale. So what is the price, what is the commission, what is the DLD fees, will it be mortgage or not, how much time you will get, everything will be mentioned over there. Read it thoroughly and accept the digital token sent to you by your agent. And once it's accepted from both the parties, the Form F is signed and it's legal document in Dubai. Nobody can back out from the deal once the Form F is signed, and there will be penalties on both of you if you do so. So this is a very important and crucial step. You have to do it very, very carefully. Once the MOU is signed, it's time for the buyer to arrange the finances and the seller to arrange the NOC. The NOC will show you that there are no pending charges on the property from the side of the seller, and the buyer can go with the signed MOU to the bank and ask them to process with the mortgage. The bank will send a guy for valuation, so you will need one more viewing from the agent, and after the valuation, generally it will be more documentations and bank procedure, and you will get the final approval from the bank depending on the conditions. The timeline from the signing of the MOU to the transfer will be dependent on various conditions, like if there is a cash-to-cash deal or a mortgage-to-mortgage deal, or one side is mortgage. Also, if there is any problem with the developer to give the NOC, that might delay the process, but typically it's good to assume that it will take around 30 days or more for your property to be transferred in your name. But once you are ready with the finances and the seller is ready with the NOC, you can go and process for the transfer, which is the next step. The property can only be transferred through a trustee office to ensure that there is no scam. The buyer, the seller, the agents, the bank representative and the POA, if any, all will gather in the trustee office. The seller will only submit his document and the NOC from the developer. The buyer, on the other hand, will submit 100% payment to the seller in terms of a manager's check, 4% DLD charges in terms of a manager check, 4,200 trustee fees can be paid through a credit card, 580 dirhams for the title deed fees can also be paid for the credit card. The 2% commission plus VAT of the real estate can be paid through cash or through bank transfer or through manager's check as the real estate prefers. And if there is a mortgage on the property, there will be 0.25% mortgage registration charges. This will be on the mortgage value. Once all the fees is paid, the documents are submitted, you will get a token. You will sit in front of the trustee, he will take your signatures and the property will be transferred. Sometimes there is pro rata calculations for advance rent received and advance service charges paid that needs to be settled. This calculation will be given to you by the agent. Once you have done the transfer of the property, you will sit in the trustee office for some time. You will get a message which will show you the new title deed. This will be in the name of the buyer. Once this title deed is generated, the transfer is done and the trustee office will release the money to the agent and the seller and they both can encash it. Once you have your title deed, you are registered in DLT as a new owner. You can go to the developer and register with him as a new owner, and once this process is done, congratulations, you are the new owner of the ready property. I hope you like this video and keep watching my channel. Thank you so much.